Tell me, baby, do you wanna da 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 da
Hello, beautiful people. I'm here with
Jose,
Penelope,
and Makiah. Welcome to our podcast, Intercepting the Career Paths. On this episode, it's called Not So Different in Trades. We will be discussing the racial discrimination within the workplace. Isn't it so crazy that racism still exists? Like, have you guys ever experienced racism?
I mean, yeah, I have. So obviously you already know I look a little bit pale. But when I started my automotive career in this little shop, it's called Mirabelli.
Mm-hmm.
I was working there and I started there October. I got probably like 3 weeks in and a customer came up to me talking about like, oh, hey, little blonde black boy, come here. Like,
oh my god.
yeah, like he was so blunt about it because he was like a white male and he thought he had power over me until I started speaking Spanish, because I was obviously furious with him. I was like you can't just tell me about this, like get out my shop.
Of course.
Like I personally, it was a horrible experience, and obviously I got him out of the shop. I didn't want him there. Like you can't just come up to me and talk about some blonde boy, black boy. Like, get out of here.
That's very racist.
Right? How about you, Penelope? Have you experienced that?
I personally have never experienced racism. I do know of people like my family members, my mom especially, that have been discriminated racially. But Makiah, have you ever been discriminated?
I actually have. There was one experience when I was in North Carolina at my cousin's house, and she lives in a predominantly white neighborhood, and we were playing music outside, and me personally, I didn't even think it was that loud. It could have been louder, and her neighbor was taking her walk, and she felt the need to come talk to us, and she was like, oh, you people always play your music so loud. What do you mean, you people? I didn't like the term. I didn't like it at all. I felt like it was really rude and disrespectful, and she was stereotyping, saying you people. So I felt like that was a racist experience.
Wow. Like, these people don't have any self-respect because that's another human being you're talking to.
Right? And it's typically, I'm not going to lie, it was like an older white woman. So I'm like...
Little Karen.
Oh, yeah. It was definitely a Karen. I was like, this is my first Karen experience. I did not take it well. I went off on her after. But she deserved it, and maybe she was in my adapted experience.
Wow. I mean, I've had another experience, but I don't even want to talk about that. So, have you guys, like, seen the news on, like, TikTok and all that? How... like nurses.
Oh my goodness, yes. Wait, what about them? What did you see?
So I saw this TikTok about how they were yelling at her and she was yelling at him, and it was all because he was black.
Are you serious?
Yeah, she didn't want to give him no medication, and like, hold on, let me pull up the video.
Let me see it. I need to see this for my eyes.
Look.
Fluids, and they gave him something, a pill. I don't know what they gave him. Yeah. For what? For his pain and for the anxiety.
So you need narcotics? Is that what you need?
Here we go. Two narcotics.
When I say narcotics, I just need pain reliever and anxiety medication because I'm in pain and I have anxiety.
But she was so convinced that she was right.
This nurse was just speculating that he was a drug dealer or a druggie.
That's what it sounds like.
Like,
why'd you say so you need narcotics like that? Like he's addicted.
Exactly, because it's all because he was black that she started being racist. But like I read up on it, and I read up on a few like articles. She got fired that same day.
As she should.
She better have. I wouldn't want her touching my kids or anybody like at that matter.
Yeah, it's actually really scary to think about because it's like healthcare is where it's supposed to be the least judgmental profession. You're supposed to go there to get care, and the fact that you can't even do that because people are racist is crazy.
Exactly. But not even that. I also was reading up on it that even engineers and they're like getting education, they're basically being racially biased. on their education. Like, basically, if you're black or like any color, you could be Hispanic, you could be Latino, whatever it is, they will give you bad or like close to bad education. But when white boys, white girls, whoever wants to be an engineer that's white colored, they will give them top tier.
In what way?
So basically, like, when they try to teach them, like the colored people, they will not help them at all. They would like limit their education. But when it's Caucasian people, they give them everything. I'm talking about every little bit of education. They get tutors, they get everything.
That's crazy.
So you're saying people of color they don't get as much attention by the professors?
Yeah, exactly.
And are they produced with the correct tools to work in the class?
Nope, not at all.
So how are they supposed to prosper if they're not given the correct resources?
They hope they don't prosper. But there's cases that they don't drop out and they continue their study and they become engineers.
Period. I love that for them.
Exactly. Have you guys read up on anything?
So basically, I was reading up on this article, and it was telling me about first semester nursing students compared to the fifth semester nursing students.
Oh my God, I've actually read that one.
You did?
Yeah.
And then we're talking about how they got more and more racially biased as the semester like increased. So the first semester nurses weren't as racist as the fifth semester students, which makes no sense because as you get your education, you should become more and more informed, right?
And less racist.
Exactly. But keep in mind that 83% of the nursing students are Caucasian. And they're female. Majority of them are female.
You're saying during their education they become more racist?
Yes, it's really, really weird. I don't think they're getting the proper training in school, and I think they're just neglecting the fact that implicit racial bias exists, and they don't know how to teach it, which is why people don't know if it's happening or not. Penelope, did you read up on anything?
Yes, I did. I read an article by Shelley White Means, and she did a statistical analysis on identifying discrimination in medical care. 308 people completed the cultural survey, and we found out that most of the healthcare workers in pharmacy are not comfortable interacting with diverse backgrounds.
What do you mean by that? Like pharmacists aren't comfortable handing out drugs to black people?
When it comes to prescribing medication, the pharmacists or like the pharmacy students like take race into consideration and like they question the client or the patient.
Isn't that just like the nurse that just got fired over the like yelling back and forth?
Oh my gosh, yes. So it really happens.
Yes, it does.
That's disgusting.
That is insane.
So they just assume that black people are addicted to drugs and they get interrogated for it while white people just get their drugs and go?
I mean, that's what happens.
Mm-mm.
It's crazy how in different work environments something so similar can happen.
Wow, yeah. Well, thank you guys for stopping by. It was really nice talking to you guys in this podcast.
It was nice. It was fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.